That's pretty much good enough.
Yeah, it looks great. I moved my own camera over my little segment on my stream. Looks perfect.
Sounds
Just
great.
Took way too long to set up, in my opinion. But hey, here we are. But I'll play.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
I'll roll the VOD. But sweet. Appreciate all of you guys being willing to sacrifice some of your time with us today. But super excited to have all of you here. Just so many different perspectives between Ledsky and Jeb, who are in some of the top guilds in the world, and then Dark Frog, who's in a parsing guild but still does really well in progression, and then myself, who's in kind of a, I don't know, we're not a top progression guild, but we're up there. But just super excited to get all those perspectives on just some of the different bosses. So I figured we'll start with Heart of Fear, since we didn't have one immediately after the race was done, and then we'll go into ToES. But anyone have any thoughts on tips and tricks for parsing or just getting the most damage output on Zorlok in particular, to start us off?
I think on Zorlok, you definitely have to be great at DPSing while walking, being aware around the boards, but also know how much damage you can take from the boards. Since a lot of times you can just tank the damage of one of the boards and just be just fine, as long as you don't tank a green one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also sadly about hitting a lot of your mind-controlled players in the raid at the moment.
Oh, is that
If you
currently
want to get
counting?
like the last, yes,
Really?
unfortunately
Oh, really?
it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so if you want to
'Cause-
really pass on this boss, you have to AoE your mind control targets.
That's cringe.
But then I can't dot them because I'm just going to persist after they're out of mind control. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's not great, but that's currently how the rules set is made. And
They don't have
you
any
can
rules
probably
right now,
get
right?
like 10k of DPS just from DPSing the mind control targets.
Really?
Yeah, at least
It's quite a
for
bit.
shamans. I checked logs and the highest I've seen was 11k DPS just with Fire Nova.
That's insane.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Sterling is mentioning that whenever like attenuation hits, some guilds and some people are spinning the boss, which makes it even worse for like rogues that needs to hit from behind and truths as well.
Mm.
So it's a pain.
Yeah, there's
think
some
it's a
lucky
good thought.
placement. It is possible to go in a
So he's-
circle and
he's-
still be
he's
in melee
just
range.
stating- yeah, so he's just stating that you do not need to spin the boss.
Yeah, like in theory, as a melee, you can always be like in the same quadrant and just tank one of the smaller boards or walk between them once they go far enough, and you never have to go in circuits, really, depending on what you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can do really well with both. Just have to decide what you're more comfortable with, I think.
I think it's annoying that all the damage that going out is just physical damage as a DK, just
Yeah.
because no runic power gain or bonus with using AMS in this boss. Just pretty.
Oh yeah,
unfortunate.
this is terrible for that. Can't use AMZ either.
Get nothing. Yeah. But I actually think it's worth for Unholy's Vestra Blighting to maintain your dots after Zolok flies across each platform. So
Oh, for
Yeah, you
sure.
can do a little bit of multi-dotting.
multi-target.
Yeah.
But like this boss is also a good check for like your keybinds.
Mhm.
If you're having struggles moving and doing your rotation, you're probably doing it wrong in the keybind department.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have some crazy outlandish keybinds like Control 7, 8, or something like that for one of your major keybinds. I couldn't imagine. Trying to
Yeah,
hold
hitting those
down
while
like
walking.
6 different keys while you're moving. I couldn't do it.
All my keybinds are single keys. I just have 20 different keys keybound.
No, I have to use the Control and Shift modifiers to get all my keybinds. I've got too many keybinds.
Oh, I still click things like pot.
Nope, I can't do it. And then, as Letsky just did it here, armying going into lusting and when the boss moves to the center of the room is huge. because you have some downtime anyway.
Oh yeah.
So you definitely have.
And then that's
moment there
usually
to army.
Usually when they lust, anyways. You always want to army with your lust.
Yeah, and you also want to AMS before running down the stairs so that you don't get silenced, which is kind of good.
Yeah. Like these raids have a lot of mid-fight armies, so.
Yeah, for sure. And also, like, as a melee, you definitely want to, at least once during the fight, you want to use the gliders down the stairs for, just to get to the boss faster, right?
Yeah. I usually do it into the poison gas in last phase, since you can still hit him right below him, just for some uptime. And
Oh, yeah.
like certain abilities are not silenced. So you can still crank him a bit.
You also can just AMS as before you run into the gas, and then you don't have to worry about the silencing effect for DKs, which is nice. So if you've got some runic power to blow, you can dump some death coils as you're running over.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Ooh, you almost died there, Lexi.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
those
fine,
are crazy orbs.
The hardest part is not dying after boss instead, though.
That too.
Yeah.
Because you turn your brain off, and then there's still orbs flying around.
And once those orbs start hitting the wards and bounce back, the patterns are crazy. Also, if you get mind controlled and the boss dies, one of your CDs reset. So you're gonna have a great time afterwards on the Blade Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure.
It's a good feature.
Last
Reminds me a bit of ICC.
Last thing I forgot to mention, beginning of the boss, going to the first echo. I know that some people have had issues with ghouls getting smacked by the echo of attenuation there. I don't know if anyone has, like, Letsky, do you have thoughts on that? Any ideas on how to get around that? I haven't had it happen in a while, but I have had it happen before in some polls, where just picks a random pet and smacks it.
I've noticed it too many times, and I think the solution is put pet on passive, and just either like put pet move, or just have it follow the original boss. Because I think it's based on, I think it's kind of based on like proximity to the boss, right? Or the boss or the echo that spawns.
Would you be too far away though if your pet was left on the boss when he flew over? Because I've had that issue here on Blade Lord, for example, when going down the slipstream on the sides. Like if I left my pet on the boss, he'd despawn at some point.
I don't think so. Like, it's not that long, right? It's probably 50, 60 yards.
Yeah, not quite as long as this room that we're looking at on Blade Lord.
No, but play pet passive, and you can either like just put him directly under you, and or have him follow the other boss.
Yeah,
I guess using the pet to attack the echo is probably like the play if you want to be friends with your guild. I can do the strat.
if they don't want to.
For sure.
Griefing too much, yeah.
Yep.
Because I mean, ideally, you want that echo to die quicker, anyways, if you're multi-dotting, because then you have more time to get back over to the boss before your dots fall off.
Yeah, like for sure, it's so fucking big for to Festiblight on this boss, right? So the faster you can get back, the better it is.
Sweet. Any other thoughts on Imperial Vizier before we move to Blade Lord?
Only that it's probably helpful to turn on the FFX glow to see the orbs better.
Oh yeah, 100% helps.
That was a huge help, at least for me.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it.
Do you have that on, Letsky? The FFX glow?
I had it on until I started. Like I think after this, you saw that I almost died there, right? So I definitely didn't have it on this build. But after that, I cried in Discord. I can't see anything. You need to help me. And then someone just sent a macro.
I mean, because look at how much
and it's way better
color blends in there. Just look
Yeah,
at this giant
especially
blob at the boss.
especially in the poison and the gas when you swap platforms, they basically disappear. You can't see them at all.
Yep. Yeah, like in the middle. Yeah, in last phase,
Yep.
it's impossible.
Where'd it go? I went too far.
Yeah. Start to blend in with that orange color.
Exactly, yeah. And I think the effects itself just kind of gets lost at certain camera angles as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blizzard just
that's-
loves blending things together. I can think back to like Algalon in that room in Old War. How Death and
yeah.
Decay would just totally blend with the red.
Remember Kel'Thuzad, where people used to
Victory
actually
Strike.
ban Death and Decay.
Oh yeah, on KT as well, yeah.
So you just ran like the whole boss without casting a single Death and Decay for the sake of people seeing the ground. Holy shit!
They told me to do that when I was in a because I was in a more casual group at the time, and we were having people getting hit by the. I guess I forgot what they were called, cosmic something. The red spots.
Cosmic
on the ground.
Smash.
Cosmic Smash. Yep. And so my guildmaster was like, "Can you just not use Death and Decay?" And I was like, "So you want me to do like
That's the
10
main
No.
ability, bro.
less damage?" I mean, I can. We'll kill the boss a little slower. I can though. Wasn't happy about it, but I did. But
No, we just used it anyway. But we had to like put it on the tanks, right? So then you just didn't have to be underneath
right,
anything else.
right. Sweet. Okay, let's move on to Blade Lord. Any opening thoughts on tips for Blade Lord?
I think here you kind of need to play around the knockback he does to position yourself well. We started stacking on the stairs, so the knock always hits you against the stairs and you don't lose any uptime basically.
Oh, that's
But you have to be careful not to get griefed by the tornadoes. If you
Mhm.
stack too early, they're gonna knock you all away and then you will die. But I think that's one of the key points how to optimize the first phase on this guy.
That's a great point.
Yeah, for sure.
Like here, if you go to stairs, everybody gets knocked towards the stairs, but instead you get knocked into the room.
I feel like we try to normally set that up. Doesn't always get executed well.
Yeah, for sure. It's not always super consistent, but you can get it most of the time, and that's already enough to help with uptime, especially for melees.
Yep. And I think because of Blade Tempest for Unholy DKs, I mean, Blade Tempest and then Unseen Strike, just the number of times you lose uptime, I think it's huge
Yep.
to run Vesper Blight the entire fight here. If you can maintain your diseases long enough that you then also have them on the boss long enough, you can make the trip across the room when the tornadoes are going to, and then continue it from there. I think that's key. But it's not super easy to pull off. I don't think there's a lot of room for error with getting as many festering strikes out as possible. I was experimenting with that, but I don't think my group kills it as fast as Letsky probably's group does here.
I'm not sure what the kill time is at the moment. Probably like low 5 minutes for a good kill.
Typically around that,
Not-
yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
that's what I would expect. Yeah.
Another DK specific thing is to use like you can pop AMS at any time of the fight and go into the whirlwinds. You take no damage, but you gain 100 RP.
Can you also tank this mechanic right here, or
Ah, no,
Never-
that's physical. So
no,
The
unlucky?
Unseen Strike, yeah. You're just talking about running through the tornadoes with AMS on, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not doing it here. Maybe I'm just a bad player, so that's it. Fuck.
I think sometimes it would come at like a
Ridiculous.
sacrifice
We did.
of boss up time to do it. Depends on like where the
Yeah.
tornadoes are lining up.
Yeah. Like if you get knocked right next to one like there, you can probably do it without losing much, but you probably don't want to disconnect from the boss for too long.
This is why we watch VODs, right? Like, there's a million times I could have done this here. Sad.
Yeah. I also noticed you can probably tank a couple ticks of the Blade Tempest without much problem. So you can also gain some more uptime there. Just get a couple more GCDs in per Blade Tempest.
Sure.
Yeah,
Here.
for sure. For this run here, you definitely want your Druid, if you have one, to use Roar, and you want to use Nitro Boots and then Roar, I believe, because the Nitro Boots get buffed by the Roar as well, like they double dip. So you just get insane movement speed.
Oh, that's really
And,
nice, actually.
Yeah, and hold your depth advance, because it doesn't stack with the other ones. Also, you can close your eyes now if you're watching the stream.
Oh, you're gonna get hit?
Oh, I didn't.
Good dodge, good dodge. I actually tanked one of those in the race. Was very good, very fun.
Oh, the tornadoes?
same.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I ended up right next to one after the slipstream ended, and unlucky.
Yeah, I had a kill on my main the other week that I had the same thing happen where I rocket booted and then just clipped one of the tornadoes.
Yeah.
It felt so bad.
Yeah.
I
The
clip every
hitbox on
week.
those
So
is a bit weird sometimes. It's definitely bigger than what the indicator shows. But yeah, it's a good showcase of the slip screen though. How you use it to get quickly to the other side.
Oh yeah, that as well. I believe in our guild we use, I think we'll use 11.5 as like the timing, 11.5 health or percentage health left on the boss, and then like the tank and the dots do the rest.
Yep. It's a pretty good measurement. I think we're also like 1% before it pushes, we swap over.
Oh, I can speak now, boys. Is it disgusting?
it's not
It's not the
terrible.
worst I've
It could
heard.
be worse.
It could be worse? Okay, I'm driving in my car right now, so I apologize.
You're good, man. No worries. You sound perfectly fine.
Okay, so the main things that I wanted to say for Blade Lord when it regards Rogue, big thing is that for Assassination, you're not guaranteed to get a lot of good uptime if you're trying to plan Vendettas. It's actually like a really tight window between when the Blade Tempest comes out and also Unseen Strikes. So generally speaking, if you guys are playing Assassination on that fight, you need to be doing it immediately after one of the abilities goes out, because it'll last exactly 30 seconds. Some people are unglyphing it, but that's usually like an 8k DPS decrease. A primary thing that you need to pay attention to is just like being really on top of optimizing cooldowns around right when abilities end. Otherwise, you will lose uptime on your abilities. And then also fight kill time is extremely dependent on whether or not you're going to match Shadow Blades with your Vendettas. Same things can be said for subtlety in combat. Their cooldown rotation is just like a lot simpler. For combat, you need about like a 20-second buffer range between like Killing Spree and Adrenaline Rush and Shadow Blades when you pop it between any of the abilities. And for stub, it's like 18 to 25 seconds. So they're actually simpler to play on those fights. But Assassination absolutely sucks on that fight, dude. I don't know about your guys' cooldowns. It's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great because usually our second gargoyle lines up with the tornadoes there at the end, and it's
Yeah,
getting the
right.
full
Or
gargoyle
like
there
right before.
sucks.
Yeah.
Any other last thoughts on Blade Lord before we move to Garelon?
No, not from my side.
Press sprint and go into slipstream. on the 10% rotation.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you have to take advantage of going early.
Yeah, Slipstream's huge. Cool. Well, Garelon, I mean, the huge thing is just getting the buff on the legs, getting that uptime as much as possible. Can kind of be grief, though, depending on which leg mends itself, like if it's the one on the opposite side. But for DKs or for Unholy in particular, I think it's important to run Rolling Blood, because you can blood boil and get diseases on the front legs. Doesn't work for moving to the back legs for some reason, but
Yeah, you can.
Spreads only go to the front, never to the back.
It's really weird. I don't know.
You
why it
can
works
get
that
both
way.
front legs, but then you can only get back leg and body at the same time, but not both back legs.
Right.
Yep.
You basically have to manually apply any dots to the back legs, which is just unfortunate they couldn't fix that. I would think it should work for all, but
It only matters in the first 15 seconds anyway.
This entire fight is just a griefer fight. I'm sorry, but
I know.
it's how long.
Yeah, it's incredibly cringe.
Yeah, how long can you survive, and how long can you be on a leg, and
Always like if you get a leg on the far side, well, GG, you got to heal yourself or else you're dead.
or if where the boss is being tanked, like his leg, one of his legs pop off to the side, where you can't hit it, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Where it's
yeah,
like off the platform,
Going over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's bad tanking.
Well, and something I'd also like to mention, right, is that obviously, like, a lot of people are oriented towards Warcraft logs and what is effective on Warcraft logs.
Yeah.
But this fight is very antithetical to what is effective to killing that boss quickly by any capacity. After the first initial 4 legs, right, legs spawn on a timer, and so long as the legs are dying within an effective pace, like within that timer, you should just actually be tunneling DPS into the boss rather into the legs. And a lot of people just do that fighting correctly because they're just trying to get big numbers, you know?
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting to note there. Yeah.
Yeah, like what I do here is crazy bad for kill time, right? It's actually so bad, but we have to do it in order to get the numbers on the logs.
Get that
Yeah, 100%.
pink number.
At least do it once, get good number, and then move on.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
I guess I have notes for Rogue on this fight. Essentially, you should literally just pop any cooldown that's available to you and literally try and pick the leg that your guild is unlikely to go to. Take your shadow stepping to whatever leg spawns immediately. It's an actual like massive boon. You will get more uptime than any other class. That's why rogues are doing so much DPS on legs. It's because they don't have travel time. They don't have to worry about their movement speed abilities getting in the way of them, like potentially crushing the raid or anything. So if you're playing subtlety, which is the optimal spec for that fight, just make sure that you're shadow stepping to whatever leg. Shadow dance is on a 1 minute cooldown, so you'll have a lot of burst 4 legs when you do it. Combat actually sucks on that fight. Your bonus damage does not transfer to Garelon's body anymore like it did in Kata. So Blade Flurry is like, well, now with the buff, it actually might not suck. I'm not exactly certain. I'd have to see log data. For Assassination, you want to take Vendetta Glyph off because there's no way you're ever getting 30 seconds on the leg unless your raid is just like bad. And then for monks specifically, you actually just like don't even need to touch the legs. You just send your Stormer on them. So like on pulls, you'll run Zuin, throw that on a leg, make sure you have like a pet attack macro for that. And then Storm Earth and Fire 2 other legs. And then just smack the crap out of the boss. And every single time a leg spawns, you just throw Storm Earth and Fire on it, which makes Monk effectively like a super chill class on that fight. They're absolutely amazing for that fight and terrible for everything else. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then try and line 3 minute cooldowns up with Skull Banners and Stormlash rotation on legs whenever you can. But generally speaking, by the time you're at that point in the fight, you might be wasting cooldowns on legs because they'll probably just get melted so quickly. So it really depends on like how your raid's killing Garelon.
Yeah. So theoretically, if you had a worse raid that killed the legs really slow.
Yeah, theoretically, if you could gaslight people into believing that the class that you're on in that you're in is the best and no one else should touch legs, you'll be a rank 1 parser for sure.
I think they're
Love to
removing
hear
it
that.
from ASP though here soon, if I'm not.
That would explain
Thank
why
God.
my week one
Mistaken.
parse is the best out of every other week.
Yeah, because people just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. They had this damage too, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if Shadow Step is safe to use on Garrodon in the chat, I think.
Yes, yeah, it's totally safe. Just be careful. Like, I am like the type of person who very much so has to beat my head against the wall. I am not someone who picks things up quickly. So there was a plethora of times on beta where I had accidentally tap targeted onto Garelon, rather a leg, and crushed my raid and got yelled at. So, just be smart about using Shadow Step.
Yep.
Like, again, you're going to get there before everybody else. So, like, just double check.
Maybe you can use some boss frames, mouse over thing, just to avoid accidentally hitting
100%.
Garrodon with it.
Yeah,
Very
I will say the depending on like your plater frame setup, I have like really nice plater frames, so I just use a mouse over Shadow Step macro onto my unit frame and or my plater frame, and that works out really well for me.
Another note for Garelon, for DKs specifically, if your pet is on a leg, the pet will also grant the buff from the pet will get the buff from standing under the legs. So if there's like a far leg, typically top left, which you can't reach, you can at least send your pet to it. And when you're trying to like attack the legs, some people have issues with the leg moving like a crazy, and it's moving like a crazy. But if you stand in the middle of this white stipulated circle, it's all good. Like you can stand there
face
and do
inward.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, the animation doesn't always fit the hitbox, and it can be very confusing.
Yep.
Cool. Any other thoughts on Garelon for moving to Blade Lord? Looks like the VOD's already there.
No, don't think so. Just AoE and funnel X if you want to pass.
Yeah, for sure. And DK, you can use AMS at any time. If you want to get even more RP, you can use AMS and go into the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah, the pheromones, yeah.
The pheromone damage going on
Yeah.
in the raid. Yep. Cool. Well, Wind Lord, I think the obvious is save your cooldowns for the damage amp phase, right? Happens
Don't
with the
press
adds
anything
die.
except for 1 minute on pull.
Yep.
And even 1 minute might not be up if the raid DPS is very high. I
Set it
think
like
I'm
5 seconds
pre-potting.
early.
I'm pre-potting like 15 seconds early.
15.
fight.
Oh.
Yeah, depending on the raid
I was
DPS.
gonna say, generally speaking, at this point, like you were saying, early pre-pot is definitely like a really good idea if you guys are killing the ads in sub 1 minute. Just that way you're getting like optimal pot, usage with your raid externals with like storm lashes and banners. Otherwise, you will definitely be leaving a lot of DPS on the table.
Yeah, basically your first phase damage does not matter.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's I wouldn't say like ineffectual, but it's not a lot in any capacity. And setting yourself up for success, like I was actually going to ask this because I don't know how DK works, but it's the damage bonus is a debuff, right? It's not a buff, so you're not snapshotting like dot damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like, in the event that that's the case, like even pre-dotting the boss and everything, like before the phase transition would be a really smart idea for basically just any class that has dots. What I've been doing on Windlord specifically is I pre-rupture on, whatever spec that I'm playing. That way I'm just like already set up for when the damage bonus comes up. That way I can just send like actual finishers into the boss that are more instant burst DPS.
Yeah. I assume a wind bomb went off here, Letsky?
No, they were just the boss has quickening, right? And the Melis didn't look where he was throwing his blade, so
Oh, nice. Well,
It
if,
happens a
Yeah,
lot.
if someone does get hit by a wind bomb, you can use AMS for runic power there, but that's it. So if you have a griefer in the raid who typically hits a wind bomb, use AMS there.
Yes.
Yeah, and hope the raid survives. But not only you.
Yeah. Just a heads up, you're going to want to army at like when the ads are like 10, 15, maybe even 20, depending on your DPS percent. And then make sure you're targeting the boss when you're hitting army too.
I actually think that's a little high. I think you should probably do it lower than 10%.
I don't know. I seem to like be finished casting army and they're already dead. So
Yeah, like,
when I do 10.
In this example, let's actually just armied. Right
think I was a
about
bit late
here,
there.
about 8%. Yep.
But what I don't do here, I think, right after the army, you should use Soul Reaper on the ad that's dying to get 50% haste bonus on your army, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
Fucking giga.
Oh, that would be huge. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be huge. Use like a mouse over, probably a mouse over macro for Soul Reaper when one of them's dying.
Yeah, I mean, you can also like, you don't actually need to target the boss while arming, as long as you like use pet attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, Frost doesn't have that. So.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Good point.
Doesn't work for
probably the
Frost,
safest way to
unfortunate.
do it like that.
I just have a macro for an army separate. It's just a tar boss 1 macro
That's smart.
on army.
That's a good idea. Yeah, army kind of
Also,
carries here, like big time.
yeah, definitely. Like your parse on this boss will be. It's mostly RNG, I would say. Like if you play it optimally, which is not hard like at all, it's kind of up to your guild, like your guild's ability to do well on bosses. Also, it's up to. Fuck, I lost track of what I'm supposed to say. Okay, what I want to say though is I think Unholy Blight is goated here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean, you don't want to like overwrite your initial snap anyways, and you get 2 trinket procs on pull, you have pre-pot, you have a Sign of Spring. So you just need to like Pestilence once or twice during the fight, and I just don't see any reason to not play Unholy Blight here.
Well, you could use Plague Leech on the ads, no?
Yeah, true.
You could, yeah. For like additional boss damage.
Yeah.
The damage amp.
I also tend to ERW, like ERW in phase 1, just because I'm basically rune capped as soon as that lust hits, right?
Yeah,
so,
you can use ERW to get army out too, as well, if you don't want to sit there waiting for your runes.
Yeah, that's good comms.
Yeah, in terms of rogue optimization for this fight, I guess my main tips, I have like kind of some spicy stuff that I want to test. So this is theoretical at this point, but I do think potentially running anticipation on this fight as assassination would be a big W, because you can pull to 10 combo points before the phase transition happens, and then just rip 2 finishers immediately as you get the damage bonus, which would be massive for your burst DPS. On top of that, in terms optimal AoE rotation, garroting one of the ads immediately, like if you're running Mark for Death, immediately swapping and then rupturing with 5 combo point, and then just spamming Fan of Knives for assassination is massive. Obviously saving all cooldowns for when the damage bonus comes up, of course, with your pot and everything. The pre-pot thing was also mentioned. For subtlety, I think pulling with anticipation and opening with Vanish to put double finisher, double eviscerate on the boss with Master of Shadow up, which is the 10% damage increase during Banish as the burst phase comes up, is probably going to be insane for your burst DPS if you play Subtlety. Don't play combat on this fight. If you play combat on this fight, you're crazy. I think what Letsky was trying to say is that your damage on this fight is extremely dependent on whether or not your guild is one phasing and making sure that you're getting optimal uptime with the battle menders or blade masters, whichever ones you're killing second. So if you're not one phasing, like GG, you're not gonna have a good time on this boss. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. This fight is fully like duration dependent.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
You
if
want
your group's
like
running
1
splits
minute.
and one of your splits does a poor job of executing killing the second set of ads, you're just screwed, which is fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Which is so fun.
6% of the boss health left, and you have no damage boost. And you,
Yeah.
have fun.
And then you're killing a
basically
third
want, like,
set of ads, and then you're really screwed.
I've never done that.
I mean, I've seen
Oh.
kills that are like over 3 minutes long. Meanwhile, I think ours are like 1 minute 40 or lower.
Yeah.
So it makes
Yeah.
a massive difference.
Oh, huge. Yeah.
Yeah, my main tank also messaged me with a crazy tech idea. Tanks are doing stupid, bonkers, wacky damage on that fight. So pre-trixing tanks as the damage buff goes out, probably massive. Probably
yeah.
really massive.
Oh, true.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that can buff your tank on this fight is crazy. Stormlish Totem as well. I don't know if
100%.
anybody looked at logs on Race, for example. Our Stormlish Totem was basically matching the tank's DPS and more on that fight.
Yeah. I don't know which tank does the most DPS at this point on that fight, but from what I can tell, like just in our raids, it was Brewmaster. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. I definitely like our tank did 3 million DPS as Brewmaster, and I think he
insane.
did like it was like some insane amount of Stormlash damage. So if you have like a Brewmaster that's popping off in your raid and is your tank, probably tricks right before the phase transition.
That's a great idea. Great point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hadn't even considered that.
Jeb,
Yeah.
can you explain to us how Stormlash works during damage amps? Because I've heard there's some like double dipping on the damage amp. Is this true?
I'm not entirely sure. It goes off your own AP and SP. So as long as those are not like amplified by anything, it should just dip by the amplifier itself. But it could
I
also
see.
be that it just takes the damage you do and then amplifies it, which is already amplified. But in this case, I don't think it does. Otherwise, it would do way, way more on that fight.
Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Cool. Any other thoughts on Windlord for moving to Amber Chamber? Another cringe boss, in my opinion.
Just a note for
I
Enna
agree.
Shaman. Many use Hearing Totem at the start for the Shamans. For my testing, Magma Totem at the start performs better, surprisingly, on the AoE part. And then you basically, shortly before the ad dies, you want to set up your big fire elemental and then completely set up your burst. That's basically all that matters on that fight. So, just a little tip with the AoE at the start. And of course, on CD Nova, full funnel on that fight. It's pretty interesting as Enna because you have a talent that duplicates spells. So you basically just rely on pure luck if your Novas are gonna get duplicated or not on that fight. Either you do 700k DPS or 1.1 million. Good luck.
Yeah.
Love that. What a
That's
roll of the
crazy.
dice.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Cool. Well, let's move on to Amber Shaper. Let's see here.
Worst boss of the phase.
Yeah, it's not very fun, in my opinion, as a DPS.
I just think like Gardelon into Windlord into Amber Shaper, like 3 damage amp fights that probably all should not be allowed to be on logs. It's
Yeah.
it's just really annoying. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, because Amber Shaper's all about that last damage amp at the very end, pretty much.
Yep.
Outside of that, I mean, even padding on the ads is kind of minimal. Makes a difference, obviously, but it's not going to make as much of a difference as just having absolutely
it
everything
helps.
line up at the end.
Yeah.
There's also the chance to get into construct when you're just kind of done for the fight. It's very great.
Oh, yeah. Or if you're unholy and you just put out your gargoyle and your army and you get transformed into a construct while they're going. I'm sure that feels like so great. I'm sure. Like I haven't had it happen to me yet, but I think I'd be pretty upset if it did.
At least you can do decent damage in the construct. You gotta right click the boss. Just don't forget to do that. So
I have seen some of the top or higher end logs on damage that end up getting put in the construct after their gargoyle and their army are done. If they're
that's the perfect time.
Amp actually lasts that long. Yeah, perfect time to be put in a construct. Kind of cringe that damage even counts in the first place, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure.
I digress.
Yeah, I mean, the construct does a lot of damage. It just doesn't feel great. And also, once you are targeted the first time, and maybe you die, and you get rest, most likely he will target you again. I've had it happen where I got into a construct 3 times in a row in one pull, and I just wanted the raid to end at that moment.
I only ever get picked on one of my DKs, so.
I've only been picked once the entire phase so far, and we were already wiping on the pool. And nice. I had not downloaded that script that gets rid of like all of the nameplates, so I literally just got put in the construct, and then my frames went to like 3, and I was like, "Oh, cool, this is great."
Yeah, I don't even use nameplates. I click on the boss frame.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
that a script for Plater's huge for sure. If you don't have that already.
Yeah, there's a Plater script, and I think there's also Murfin's pack also has a nameplate hider for non-Plater stuff. But for me on Race it bugged out because it didn't update the version to not brick anything, and I just played without nameplates for this fight and also for Empress. Just nothing. Not recommended, but it technically is also a thing if you're not a Plater user.
Good to know.
Yeah, I think my main comments for Amber Shaper is depending on your kill times, you use all your 3 minutes and like anything below 3 minutes on the pool. Always save preparation for phase 3. There's just absolutely no reason to use 5 minutes unless your kill is like significantly longer. I would say above like the 5 minute and 30-second mark. Generally speaking, subtlety is free to use 1 shadow dance during phase 2, but assassination should probably hold cooldowns entirely, as not having optimal cooldown usage as phase 3 transition starts is really bad. Made about anticipation for Windlord can be applied to this boss in the exact same regard. So vanishing into like a double Evis with Master of Shadows for subtlety is really great. You could probably run anticipation to cheese and get double finishers off as assassination going into phase 3. 3 applying your dots and everything, and then energy pooling as that phase 3 transition starts is really important. And then just like don't send your cooldowns before that 99 damage or 99% damage reduction is gone.
Yep. Perfect time to cast army though for unholy DKs.
True.
Yes. Right, nice downtime.
Yep.
It's a great time to set up any sort of burst you want to do.
Yeah, your kill's screwed though if you let a monstrosity blow up, like we just witnessed on this VOD.
Yeah, there's a lot of individual responsibility on this fight. So anybody who never played the construct or anything, there's a good chance you're not gonna make it.
It's really nice to use AMS in the pools though, so that's Absolutely. A big win.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, AMSing the pools is definitely a ton of runic power. Ton.
Just use it on cooldown. There's no reason not to.
Pretty much, yeah. And even at the very end, during the damage app, you can get more runic power if you somehow still have some GCDs you can squeeze in for runic power.
Yeah, I guess another thing that I would mention for Rogue, on the Ambers, Fan of Knives is like actually not really an effective GCD to be using on that fight in any capacity, so long as the ambers are like dying very quickly. So I would say like just don't press it unless your comp really sucks or the ambers are dying really slowly, because for assassination your poison ticks aren't gonna do like enough damage to justify popping it. And then for the Crimson Tempest is just like a waste of 5 combo points if you throw that up and then it doesn't get its full duration for 10 seconds, or sorry, 12 seconds. So like, you know, I probably just wouldn't press that unless your raid kind of sucks at killing ambers.
Yeah, and let's be real, most raids will probably be AoE hungry. So I don't think a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly.
people will have
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I think a good
Go ahead.
I think a good general tip is on the start, focus the construct first while it stacks on the boss, so you can swap to the boss quicker when it has stacks already. Because you have to hit the construct at the start anyway to free the tank,
Mm-hmm.
at least depending on your strat. So it's better to get the damage on the construct early, so you can hit the boss later with more stacks, instead of hitting the boss with no stacks and then swapping to the construct.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point.
Good comp.
Good comp.
Yeah, more stats.
Do you know if the damage done to other players counts for logs here, or?
Oh man.
I think nothing.
Someone was telling me that friendly fire does count. I don't know if that's cap. So you guys might want to check that, but someone was telling me that it does.
I mean,
I don't think anything
Okay.
here is built out on Ember Shaper, but I'm sure those rules will be changed soon.
I think it's going to be removed from ASP entirely. Actually, is
Yeah,
what I think I last
Yeah.
saw on the upcoming recrawl they're going to do for that. Supposedly it's going to be going
Yeah, I
out at
think
some
so
point at
too.
the end of this week. Well, I guess we are at the end of the week. So
the fight is just too chaotic. There's too many things happening for like passing rules to really apply here, unfortunately.
yeah, I mean, as an unholy DK, I'm running Rolling Blood anyways, and I'm spreading diseases to anything and everything. So if it counted, it was helping me out.
Yeah, exactly.
Just spamming Blood Boil in the AoE.
Yeah, I also considered playing AoE talents here, but I figured it never really made enough of a difference. So I was just playing single target in the end.
Yeah, as a Frost DK, I'm just targeting the boss all the time, and Howling Blast is cleaving everything. I'm still top damage on ads, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's the same for me with Nova, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, and for the last phase, the orbs are trolling. Like, the orbs that are spawning here, I don't know what Blizzard did with them, but they are just not combining most of the time.
Wait.
Oh yeah, I've had that one. I've had the orb one time, but I ran it into the other one. Nothing happened. So
Yep.
Love that.
Like, they could be touching sometimes, and they are still not combining.
yeah,
Like, the hitbox or like the server tick that needs to happen for them to like register, something is not right with them. I'm not sure
And
what exactly
definitely
it
killed
is.
it a couple seconds later, so I didn't really see any consequence. But yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Go ahead.
for the combining of orbs, I was gonna say if your guild's not combining them, or if it's just being buggy, if it's a ranged and a melee, melee can just run around the boss in a circle, like in a slow circle, so they don't
Mhm.
have to lose up time.
Okay.
And then obviously ranged can just like stutter step, like you're gonna be losing DPS effectively because of cast times and everything, right? But like so long as you can, if you have any sort of instant movement abilities like blink or whatever, right, you can effectively minimize downtime loss by just using any sort of like teleporting abilities or very fast movement speed abilities to get like a good chunk ahead to minimize downtime.
yeah, you can kite those orbs basically indefinitely if you really wanted to. Or just die alone somewhere far away from the raid. The
Yeah.
explosion is not that big.
Sacrifice for the
And
raid.
get rest. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
exactly. If
get
you get it,
combat
you
rest.
might as well just die. You know?
Pretty much, yeah. I think in the race for us, 2 people tried to combine, they didn't combine, and then they just ended up kiting for like 10, 15 seconds until the boss was dead. It's not ideal, but
Better than a wipe.
also better than exploding. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then those orbs can only trigger the explosion when they hit the player they target. So they can go through the raid, no problem. Nothing is gonna happen.
Oh.
Just a
Yeah.
side note, pretty much.
Sweet. Any other thoughts or things to add here? We're going on to Grand Empress.
Small thing for the tanks, like especially like in phase 1, where you want to swap to them. I believe they are vulnerable like after they self-explode for 5 seconds, or after they are kicking themselves, I mean, for 5 seconds. So if you want to swap to them, definitely do it during that second, or that little window of 5 seconds.
Yeah, our tanks do self-explode all the time. We don't cancel it in phase 1. I guess that's related to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's different guilds do different strats, and but
Yeah, of
I
course,
think
so.
we also tend to not interrupt anything these days.
Yeah, in phase 1, the raid damage taken is quite low, as long as you're not tanking mechanics, so it's alright, but I think later on, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
But it's a good optimization for at least the first phase.
Yeah, you can AMZ those as well. So
And you can glider back on the explosion, by the way. Like for
Oh,
one of
nice.
the knockbacks, you can glider mid-air and just go back instantly.
Really? I
Oh,
didn't know
yeah.
that.
oh, the stomp, yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun.
Good to know. All right. Let's move on to Amber Shaper. Well, we just did that.
Empress.
Let's move on to Grand Empress. Boss is so stuck in my brain because it's so much fun that I just can't think about anything else. I think the ads are going to be a move from damage for parses, but for now they count. I think is a
Yeah, the transition, yeah.
yeah, the transition phases. Kill time I think is huge on Empress. If you're able to, because can't you skip one of the ad phases, right?
Yeah, you can do one ad phase
One
only.
of? I've never done more than one.
I
Yes,
guess we do
same.
normally only do one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but if your raid DPS is lower, you will have to play 2.
Right.
It's for sure gonna cut into your DPS.
Yeah.
Tons of AMS opportunity for DKs for tons and
Yes.
tons and tons of
There's
power.
also lots of picking magic damage. And then there's the Shaw that comes up out of the puddles.
Yep, those distance.
You don't want to AMZ that too.
Yeah, those distance fields get corrupted and when they turn black and they start shooting out those black missile things like right now. That's when you can AMS and get some more runic power. I think it's those shoot out randomly, right?
No, it's they're on a timer.
Right, but
It's
like as
random
far as
which
where
pool it is.
as far as where they go though, because there's times when you hit AMS and you don't get runic power until you see one of them land on someone next to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So is it like random to where those go?
Yeah.
Like I think the orbs would be random targeting. Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So there's that, and then also if someone has the Cry Terror debuff and they're not getting into the field, you can AMS that as well. Should be no shortage of runic power the entire fight. That's for sure.
It's just so huge, especially if you use AMS as Frost Decay. Hitting all those Frost Strikes is so big. So big.
Yep. And as a whole, for the first AMS, you probably want to delay it like a bit. Don't hit it instant. Wait for your dark transformation, your first dark transformation to run out, and then you like get it back insta if you're lucky.
Yeah, that'd be huge. You're probably, I mean, if your group is lusting off rip too, you might not have the GCDs to be able to dump runic power in your opener if you're getting a ton from AMS as well. The value of it's probably less during that time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Any other what about the poison debuff? I know it's minor, but
we'd like to have a DPS try and taunt the ad so they get it on them, and that way the tank doesn't have to do any running, or we don't have to run to any tanks.
that's smart.
Yeah, we lately had the ad tank pick it up at the start, and then the melees can just pick it up from the ad tank that's right next to him anyway. But overall, I think, at least for me, the poison is a pretty big buff, since it scales with my mastery on Enha.
Oh wow.
But I guess for other
Yeah.
melees, it's not quite as strong.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it's
for
as
me-
strong for Unholy.
Yeah, for me, it's around 15k DPS
Wow,
on a pull.
that's kind of ridiculous.
I don't remember the exact amount of DPS for Rogue, but it's about 3 million damage, which is not a small number by any capacity.
Yeah, it's
Um,
still great to min-max the uptime on that buff, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I guess Rogue, the things that I would say for subtlety, feel free to send 3 minutes on the pool. Same with assassination, as well as like vendetta and whatever else you have, vanishes and everything. You can probably afford to just use preparation because most guilds are opting to lust on the pool. Or the single ad phase, which is really important. Otherwise, you're totally screwed anyways on your DPS. The phase transition is, if I'm not mistaken, I actually don't know the exact number. I'm feels crafting this based off of my cooldown usage. I think it's exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, correct? Yeah, so for both assassination and subtlety, you can feel free to send your 2-minute cooldowns the moment they come off cooldown immediately into the boss because you'll get full uptime on them. The only thing I'll say about that is that during the phase transition, as we get more gear, a lot of guilds are going to start 2-tanking and then just stacking. And if your guild kills the phase transition between phase 1 and phase 2 very quickly, you might not have your cooldowns back up for when 3 minutes external buffs during cooldown rotations. So currently, probably totally okay to do so. After we get more gear, probably a no-no. You should probably just hold cooldowns until phase 3 starts.
Yeah, that's how I've been playing the fight as well. I don't really send any cooldowns into the ads, mainly because Shaman doesn't really have cooldowns that helps with killing the ads faster. But I also try to always align my CDs once the ad phase is done into the boss so we can push the boss faster to the next phase.
Letsky, what's your take on sending your second gargle on ads or on Grand Empress? Do you send it on the ads or do you send it on Empress?
I always send it on Empress because I'm a good boy.
Gun to your head. Uh-huh.
No comment.
If I was a bad boy, I would send it on the ads for sure.
Well, because it could lead to getting another gargle towards the end, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I send
Maybe.
my ghoul on.
Depending on the kill time, right?
In this phase, though, like this intermission into phase 2 or 3, or I guess it's 3, if you're being forced by your raid leader to stop attacking, and you have one of these reavers up, you can just swap target and don't lose up on you don't lose DPS on details or logs, at least currently.
Yeah.
Currently, yeah. Until they phase out ad damage, which I think they're going to be doing.
We haven't had to stop DPS, but when we did, we actually ended up killing that Reaver anyway. Because of
Is
that.
Reaver damage counting if it doesn't die though? I'm not sure. Usually
yeah, everything
they
counts.
make it so
They don't
that
have any rules right
damage
now.
counts when they
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it currently is being counted no matter what.
Yeah. Even
So you could
speaking of like next boss, is like in ToES and Terrace, the protectors, they all count, even if they heal. So
yeah, don't even get me started on that.
Mm.
I'm going to be honest, even if we see like a world where, those ads don't count, I think we're going to get to a point in which you don't even trap Reavers, so tanks can just keep high vengeance to kill the boss faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you always want one anyway for the poison buff, and if you can take more, why not?
Somebody was trying to tell
In
me
our-
that the poison buff persisted even after the Reaver died. Is that true or no?
yeah, it's a 30-second debuff, so.
But they were saying that
Yeah,
it persisted the rest of the fight. Didn't it
Yeah.
have an expiration? Even if you
I
killed
don't
the
know.
Reaver?
I think it does, yeah.
I
It's
just know
excellent.
that you can only get the I just know that you can only get the application off of the person that was tanking the Reaver, right? So like I'm not exactly certain, but I've definitely had it for the full extent of the raid. I'm kind of dumb, so I don't remember if our Reaver was up that entire time. But I've definitely had it up for the full extent of the boss in phase 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poison armor, drenched or whatever the debuff is called, stays on that tank. It has a cooldown when it's gone, but it's pretty long.
Oh,
So
okay.
it will stay for quite a while.
So even if you killed the Reaver, the tank would still have it. You just might need to walk back over them to get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, it will stay on them for a bit.
Still, I mean, if you're able to afford to keep the Reaver alive and redirect that damage into the boss, I mean, that's pretty massive as far as your kill time's concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the good boys should still hit the boss. If you can passive cleave the Reaver
Yeah.
for logs, at least for now, I guess it works. But I wouldn't really AoE here, personally.
Yeah. Cool. Any other thoughts on Empress before we move to ToES?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay. Is there anyone have a VOD they want to show? Or should I just pull up one of mine? Either way, I don't mind.
I only did the race so far on ToES. I didn't do any splits. So that's the only thing I have.
Okay.
Only one raid so far this weekend.
And I think
Yep.
Letsky was benched for Protectors and Sulong.
I've done 3 already so far.
Okay, I'll just pull up my VOD. That's fine. While I'm pulling that up, anyone have thoughts on Protectors aside from the cringe not being able to the healing counting, the damage after healing?
Protectors as melee is literally just watching the range do the fight. At least for me, on that fight, it's no fun allowed as melee. Maybe that's due to assignments. If you get your stacks late, the fight is just gonna feel bad. Maybe if you can get some early stacks in, it's gonna feel better. But overall, as a melee on that fight, it doesn't feel great. You just try to keep uptime and hope the ranged are gonna kill the boss for you.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe I'm extremely greedy for saying so, but I honestly think melee being prioritized towards Team 3 and Team 2 is incredibly grief. Especially because I don't know about like where you guys are in the fight by the second time you end up to get your 6 stacks. We're transitioning into the last boss by the time I'm going in for my 4 to 6 stacks.
Yeah.
And then the zone of denial is just like the biggest like downtime loss in existence. So I feel
hate
like
it.
yeah, I think optimization for that fight is that like, you know, if you're a raid leader listening to this, like maybe don't stick your like melee DPS on Team 3 because they will just get a ton of downtime and lose a lot of effective DPS. Even if it's more effective to have ranged start, I totally understand that. I honestly just don't think it really matters so long as they get their first 3 stacks. Ads are going to start dying really quickly. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. I think that zone of denial, if it's lining up with your stack rotation, is so bad for uptime.
Yeah, being in group 3 feels pretty bad because, yeah, I mean, after you get to 4 to 6 stacks, we're transitioning to the last boss, and then you literally have to sit there and wait because typically the Shah ad or whatever he's called, I forgot the name of it, but he's like literally walking through the little section that you can't walk through there. I mean, that's where the tank is dropping off that giant circle in the room.
So you're just
I think
spamming
if you
at
got a
range
CD,
and just doing
I
nothing.
think if you got the CD running, you can tank it a bit, but
Can
you
you?
really can't stand in there too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They move pretty slowly too, I feel like. So
Yeah, they're not fast.
no, it feels like you lose a lot of uptime having to wait on them to come over because you obviously don't want to like also get your stacks off track by letting someone else closer to, like someone else happens to be closer in the group of 5 that's supposed to go. It could really mess things up.
Yeah, it happens a lot that somebody else steals the stack.
Yeah.
What
What was that, Letsky? Were you going to say something?
Can you use Monk Provoke? Has anyone tested it? Like on those ads coming in to speed them up?
We don't typically have a monk, so no.
Hmm.
Might be helpful, like in the last phase.
Does it actually work?
No, it was more a question, or I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't.
That's a good question. You definitely can't grip
Maybe
him.
something. Yeah, I don't think you can really do much with it besides slowing it.
Mhm.
But what I'm seeing right now, the melees, how you're doing the ads,
Yep.
technically it's better if your ranged are gonna hit the ads and melees just stay on boss, and the group that is supposed to get this deck is gonna be closest to those ads, and
Yeah.
maybe move out only the last 10 yards or so to kill it. This
Yeah.
time you're just losing a lot of uptime as a melee, and I'm getting ad ward again. But you get the idea. Basically, you don't want to move too much away from the boss as a melee in this phase. Let the casters kind of weaken the ad, and then the melees just finish on the last 5 to 10 yards.
Yeah, during phase 1, when you're killing the first 2 bosses, there's effectively no reason outside of like prison debuff that like people should not be just stacked on the boss's ass the entire time.
Yep. I mean, even with the prison debuff,
And so
you can AMS it.
You can aim,
It
yeah.
won't hit anyone.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. So like a big thing about that, you know, is like what Jeb is saying is exactly correct. All you have to do is, as melee, like you shouldn't even be swapping to the ad, which is something I've been advocating for, is that all range should just immediately swap to it and then call when it's like sub 50% for melee to watch, and all they have to do is pop like a speed boost to be the closest one to it, and then immediately back onto the boss. That way you're never losing on corrupted waters uptime. You're never losing you know, like a ton of uptime on the bosses. It'll increase your effective DPS by a massive margin.
Yep.
Yeah, you could even take it one step further and have everybody who doesn't take stacks at the moment be towards the entrance, and the group that takes
Yes.
stacks be towards the ad, and that way you basically never risk somebody else stealing your stacks.
Yep.
At least in theory.
Yeah, but if you're being asked to go out, probably should be a good boy and do it. Especially on
For
prog.
sure, yeah.
'Cause
This is purely
this was prog.
optimization.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's not necessary to kill the fight at all. No.
For sure. Yeah, definitely would help your overall DPS though, not losing as much uptime as possible.
Yep.
Let's
I
give
also do think that with the roots, once they get updated, I think this fight is gonna get normalized. And the overkilling on the bosses doesn't count anymore, and I'm not sure what they do with the ads.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know for sure they're going to take out the healing, like damage done to any ads that heal. Not ads, but the boss.
Yeah, for sure. So at that point, your uptime on the boss is gonna count even more.
Yep. Have they normalized the damage increase from the stacks? Have they done
Not
it
yet, no.
Not yet. Okay.
They've no rules. Yeah, any
That's what I
boss.
thought. Yep. But that
There's
will
a
be
post that
normalized.
they want to do it, but I don't know when.
I thought they said it was supposed to happen here soon, but soon could be a lot.
Probably, yeah.
Mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's cringe. Like, I don't know, padding on a boss self-healing. I mean, it slows down your kill time if you're definitely, like, if you're prioritizing that for sure. That's one thing.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Letsky, do you have any opinion on saving army here for this last
Yes,
transition?
absolutely.
It's always worth saving to last no matter when you do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just save it for Lust, and that's basically it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And like, even if I don't have any stacks, I would do the same.
Yeah. So I don't know if army benefits from the stacks. It felt like not when I was testing that on the beta.
I know pets do. I'm not sure how the army is classified.
Guardians probably don't. They're guardians, yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
I think guardians might still get it.
well,
I
then
know
the army
pets for
should get
sure
it.
have the flag. Pets have the flag. I don't know if guardians do.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure.
Because I was testing that and I was looking at my army damage and it didn't feel like it was impacted hardly at all.
No.
But
Is
Hmm.
4.3 million army damage normal? It's probably not,
Oh
right?
no, that might be infected. Yeah,
maybe.
I thought it would be. Mine was 3 million, I think.
Yeah, the 4.3 million today. So I
That's
think
definitely
it's
impacted. Yeah,
yeah.
interesting.
And either way, it will be impacted by the army, right? No, by the lust, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lust and all your CDs are gonna be up at that moment, so it's probably still a good time, right?
Right.
Is there anything
Another
you
thing,
guys
though-
can snapshot with the haste buff, like the corrupted water?
Mhm.
Just curious, because that's probably a good way to play around that as well. Trying
Well,
It's
you
a
can't
debuff,
snapshot
not a buff,
haste
right?
either.
Yeah, I think it's a debuff.
Yeah. For Rogue, there's no snapshotting to be done there, sadly.
Yeah. Haste doesn't benefit our diseases anyways. That's the only thing that snapshots for Unholy.
Okay, interesting. For me, it's I think Flameshock and also my Fire Elemental both are benefiting from it a lot. So
oh,
you can
that's
always
insane.
play around that.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it would help you if you had a gargoyle up then, and your ghoul, your pet. So it would help too. But
That's true.
other than
Yeah,
that, no.
what's the CD of Gargoyle? I don't
It's
even
3
know.
minutes.
3 minutes for.
I mean, it would be up for one of those waters. Pretty sure 3 minutes should line up there.
Yeah, like I
Just
have it.
barely.
I have it here. I've got the haste, and I just popped Gargoyle just a second ago.
Yeah. Definitely something to look out for, at least to benefit from the haste buff, especially if your group plays it safe with the ads and you have to move out, so you still get the haste buff at least.
Mm-hmm. Any other tips or thoughts on protectors?
I'm experiencing pain right now, seeing you moving to the ad, but you can't get to it.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's so cringe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like giving cooldown advice to boss is kind of hard because, like, a lot of people are gonna do the boomer strat and not do essentially what Jeb was talking about with like a effective management of soaking the damage buff.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard to like recommend cooldown usage on this fight because it extremely is dependent on your downtime. You know, that was a nice little voice crack there.
Yeah, and also which group you are assigned to get your stacks. Some people might
Yeah,
get
exactly.
six stacks before last phase. In my kill, I got one stack the entire fight before the boss
Right.
died.
Oh wow.
So it really depends on your assignments as well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my biggest advice for rogues is that generally speaking, by like the 3 minute mark, if you guys are doing the 3 stack method instead of the 4 stack method, you should roughly be at 6 stacks by the time your 3 minutes come back off cooldown. Should be transitioning towards the final boss. Just make sure that you have all 6 stacks, and then immediately rip your 3 minutes the moment that the zone of denial goes out. Try not to screw yourself with zone of denials. Am I saying that correctly? Zone of denial. I don't even
So
know what
expel
the debuff's
corruption
called.
is what it is.
Yeah, expel corruption. Thank you.
There you go.
Just try not to screw yourself with your uptime. I don't think you can cloak that if I'm not mistaken, but you definitely can cheat pretty hard with nitro boost there, right? So like
Yeah.
you can greed pretty much up until the cast goes off, just about, or as it's being cast, and you'll never get hit so long as nitro boost is up. Sprint, you probably need to leave right before the cast goes off. You can also set up focus macros to Shadow Step a healer who should never be in the Expel Corruption to begin with. So you can be Omega greedy so long as your healer's in range.
Yeah. I think I greeted it here because of how much uptime I lost waiting on the ad. I was actually upset about that. Like, nope, I'm gonna greet it. Then I booted out. I still took a tick, but I lived.
I think AMS works on that, yeah?
I think it does too, yeah. I don't think you could use that to get rid of all of the
I wouldn't
loss of
want
uptime,
to.
but yeah. It definitely
But
would
just
help.
pop it as you're running out of it.
Right. Some free runic powers are running out.
Yep. Yeah.
Lusky, were you gonna say something?
One DK specific thing on this boss. You want to play Dark Sim Glyph, and you also want to use Dark Sim.
Oh, really?
You use it on, yeah. you put it on Elder Regile or whatever, the first guy you're killing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you use it on the lightning bolts.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, you can
That's
dark
a good
smoke on
tip.
those. I didn't know that.
That's 250k per Dark Sim for 20 RP. Might not be like, it's not giga worth for Frost, I guess.
Yeah, I'd have
But
to
for
think how
Blood
much that's
and
worth
Holy,
versus a Frost Strike. 250k.
It's good to know.
it does not work on the water bolts, sorry.
It should
So
be
you can
worth
only do
it.
it like in the first phase, or first boss, I mean.
Yeah. There wasn't a
Yeah.
use for it in MSV or HoF, so I didn't think about looking at it for ToES.
Oh, I'm kind of a noob at Monk, but I'm learning to play the class currently. I was told that you can eat, if you pop Fortifying Brew with Touch of Karma, you can eat 2 of the Expel Corruption ticks with Touch of Karma, and that's big extra dam, and that makes it so you can greed way harder. So essentially all you need to do is like Fort Brew, Touch of Karma, and then Tiger's Lust on the way out, but you can sit the full cast because you can, like, I think if you have a movement speed ability, you'll only get hit by 2 ticks anyways. So that's pretty good.
It's good to know.
And same with the dot. I don't remember the name of the dot, but you can Touch of Karma that as well with Fortifying Brew, and that's also a big DPS increase.
Sweet. Any other thoughts for moving on to Sulong? No? Okay.
No.
Anyone have any initial thoughts on Sulong?
In my eyes, the boss is a pure burst boss, basically.
Yeah.
So you have one burst phase at the start, which is, I think, 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes straight between that. So you want to set up in a way where you send all your burst and all your burst talents, so you can get them as low as possible before the day. Before with the old tech, you would finish him in the day phase. I don't think you can do that now, but you should have your burst again once you get into the next night phase. So this is basically just a glorified target dummy burst phase for me.
Yeah. And I think they're gonna
Yeah.
filter all the ad damage out too when they do the rules. So at that point, yeah, it's straight up just those 2 phases.
I think
on
only
Sulong.
the unstable shars count, which in day phase are the smallets that you need to kick and kill. I think the rest, I think it's filtered. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those have like absolutely no HP. So if like, if you're a rogue, for example, don't touch them. Total waste of a GCD to touch them.
Yeah.
But I don't know
They're
about
really good
DK
to kill
and
for
like dot
Frost.
sticking. Yeah, sure. Howling Blast goes crazy there. Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
We're like talk damage on these ads.
So which ads were they in particular?
The night
unstable
ones.
shar.
The
Oh,
dark
unstable
night?
shard would the ones that would count.
Yeah, the ones that move in beam. I can't remember their name,
these-
but they have like 600k HP.
Oh, yeah, that's a different idea. But basically, I think DKs and warriors can take care of most of these, pretty sure.
Yeah.
And ranged.
Also just
I usually don't really swap to them, only if it gets really close to the beam and it's already close to me.
you can also AMS at any point in the fight pretty much while those stacks are ticking during the night phase. So just free.
Yeah, I would say
Mm-hmm.
for rogue, essentially what Yeb is saying is absolutely true. It's just burst phase into the downtime into another burst phase. So obviously, just rip all your cooldowns at the start effectively, of course, and then immediately hold all your cooldowns. If they don't filter out ad damage, you should definitely play assassination on that fight because you'll be running marked for death, and every single ad dies, you will get marked for death back, which means you're guaranteed a 5 combo point finisher on every single ad. If they do filter it out, do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if they filter out these ads, then I don't know what's going to happen because then the guy's never going to die because you need to kill these ads, right?
Yeah, they have to die.
Yeah. But what ads are you going to do here as a DPS? To be
Well,
fair.
like the night ones, you have to kill, right?
Yeah, the night ones you have to kill the to keep your beam up.
Yeah.
You won't
Well,
out here the stacks.
technically you don't have to kill them. We'll probably get to a point in which you don't care about Sunbeam, and every single time a new Sunbeam spawns, you'll just reset your stacks that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people were doing that apparently on private servers.
Oh, really?
Obviously, I don't think that's something that's super approachable in current gear, unless you're like a high-end guild already.
Mhm.
But probably days, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that as well. You eventually just outgear that mechanic.
Yeah,
'cause
100%.
if you don't have to kill them, then it's fine to remove them. But if you have to kill them, like it's really dumb. Because then someone's getting cucked. Someone's getting cucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely an AMS here to help you live too. Those bolts are going out. You're not getting interrupted.
Yeah.
Those hurt. Like right there, I almost one more bolt, I would have been dead.
Yeah,
I
hurt a
died
lot.
in GDKP to them yesterday. That was not fun.
Ouch. Yeah. Yep, then lose your food buff and not very fun.
Maybe a note for the Shaman players. There's a glyph called Healing Storm that increases your healing per Master Weapon stack. And you can also take the Breath to increase your healing even more. And you can basically help a bit with boss healing in this phase if your group doesn't really need you on nets. It's not crazy healing, but I think I managed to hit like 7 to 10 million boss healing, which is essentially 7 to 10 million boss damage. Of course, it won't get reflected in logs like that, but you're still helping to kill the boss a lot faster, basically.
Yep.
It's a fun little
yeah.
thing to like play around.
When-
at least as a
Windwalker
hyper
monks can probably do the same. They
Yeah,
can
I think
probably
so
just
too.
off heal in some weird capacity with like healing spheres or something. I don't remember which one's stronger, expel harm or healing sphere. I think it's healing sphere though. So you could probably just send excess energy between ad waves into the boss to help with that. Same things that I said with Touch of Karma and Fortifying Brew. You can do with the stacking Nightmare debuff. Or I can't remember the name of the debuff. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with the names. But the stacking debuff, you can for Touch of Karma that off cooldown essentially. No, so long as you have stacks, it will break, and you will get full uptime with it. So.
Being able to kill Sulong here instead of getting another day phase helps too. So if you're not doing that, that's gonna hurt for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the boss was a lot more fun when you were able to clear him in the first day phase, but we're not allowed to have fun in this raid.
Yeah, no fun. No fun allowed.
So in theory, though, in transitioning from that day phase into the last night phase, if you don't get an extra day phase, really you'd probably rocket boot and ignore any remaining ads and let them walk in, right?
Yeah.
If they get filtered out, which I think they are going
Yep.
to be.
Yeah, and make sure to purge the boss when you go back into the night phase.
Yeah. Other than that, not a super interesting fight in my opinion.
No, I think this is more of a healer and tank fight. As a DPS, you don't really care too much here.
Yeah. Oh, any other thoughts on Sulong before we move on to Leishi? No?
No.
All right. Any initial thoughts on Leishi?
Hey, Frost.
Play Frost. Get out of here. You can.
It's really good.
You can
It's
leave
really
now. No, I mean, if you're gonna play Unholy, I'd recommend probably Fester Blight with the downtime, because you can maintain your diseases through each phase by doing that. I didn't execute that here, but on Prog, but one of the bosses you can actually Fester Blight in this phase for sure.
Yeah. Blight is the play for sure for Unholy. The thing about this boss is the fact that it has 45 seconds like CD on the special abilities, like either the hide or the suck.
Yep.
And you also have the downtime during 80, 60, 40, and 20%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So managing your cooldowns here is
Massive.
Is key. Yeah.
And you might
And
get
you,
unlucky
like,
sometimes with that too, because you don't know what specials coming
Yeah.
up next.
I was going to say
definitely.
the fact that you don't know if you're getting hide or get away is incredibly annoying. They need to normalize this fight so that it's like guaranteed one, guaranteed the other. It's super annoying that they made a fight like this.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is hit your CDs right before hide phase.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. My raid leader has a very bad habit of calling for the next special is going out, and it always happens to be a hide and not a getaway. So that's very cool.
Love that.
Yeah. Rather keep your CDs a couple seconds longer and wait for the thing to happen.
Yep.
Instead of cranking it instantly.
I think it's kind of cringe they let the. I mean, of course, they don't have rules out yet, but padding on those protectors there is kind of cringe.
But the worst part of these is if you're not allowed to cleave them. Like, good luck. It has a frost DK right there.
Yeah. Don't try not to press your howling blast. Good luck.
Yeah, I really need a glyph to make it not spread diseases.
Wow.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, NR has that for their lava lash spread. It's a minor glyph. I always recommend using it here, so you're not accidentally hitting an ad that maybe is CC'd already, because we are CCing all of the ads besides the one we are killing.
Yeah,
So you
that's what we do too.
don't want to AoE anything else, basically.
Yeah. For Unholy or TKs in general, you can AMS during the getaway for more runic power as well. And then you
Yes,
can
that's huge.
also, I mean, if you're brave enough and you're not worried about getting obliterated by his spray, you can AMS and walk in front of that.
Yep.
Probably not recommend it towards the end when he's casting those really quickly. It's just a little sketch.
Yeah, same things can be said for Touch of Karma as well as AMS here. You can do the exact same things. You can sit in front of the boss. You can take 2 ticks with Touch of Karma. It might be 3 with Fortifying Brew, but you'll definitely take some excess damage. And then in terms of Rogue here, you essentially just want to pop all your cooldowns at the start. Obviously, pay attention to the special timers so you don't get screwed on any of those. If you're not near a protect and your cooldowns are back off and the getaway ability just went off, feel free to pop cooldowns there, as you'll probably get optimal cooldown usage with those. I think something that's very important to be mentioned about this boss fight is that if people drop the damage, you're essentially not going to do well regardless. So a lot of this really comes down to utilizing that damage bonus alongside cooldowns and then optimal lust timers.
Yeah, absolutely. If one of those people die with the stacking debuff, it's pretty much over for that kill at least.
That's rough. Can't you also, with the specials, can't you just get one versus the other the entire fight? Like, couldn't you go through a kill and not get hide at all? Or is that not true?
Technically
know.
you could. They don't alternate always.
Yeah. So
The thing
Oh,
I
yeah, definitely
noticed
they
is it felt like per ID it was always the same. So if you pull it once and gets double hide, the next pull will also get double hide. At least on the PTR.
interesting.
But that's only per ID. But it might not be the same now on live. Couldn't really check that
It's
out
not the
yet.
case now, at least. We just
Okay.
raided and we wiped first time, and it was it was different the second pull.
Okay, then scratch that.
I mean, because if in theory you can get a kill where you don't get any hides, I mean, obviously that's going to help your parse. It's going to be a faster kill,
Yeah, for sure.
which
Yep,
is
yep.
just completely RNG, which kind of sucks. But I haven't seen a kill out there yet that has able to get just no hides.
Yeah, me neither.
But I was curious if that was something that was a possibility. 'Cause that'd be cringe if it is. I mean, because then at that point kind of almost becomes like, oh man, what was that multi-boss fight in T11 that people would just
Half-us?
reset for over and over to get a certain order?
It was half-us. Half-us, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Or
Yeah.
oh,
What am I thinking of? I'm blanking. It was in Blackwing Descent. It was like right before Magma.
Aha.
Are you
I remember.
It was Omnitron defense system. You're resetting
Yeah.
to try and get optimal lineup with Arcanotron into poison buff,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cringe too. Like, I mean, it didn't count for ASP, but I remember doing that. So it's just so that we could have our fire mages have some fun. Like, and that was it. But hopefully it's not as cringe as that. I hope it's actually not true that you can get a kill without any hides, because I mean that's just kind of unfair.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're going to be forced to. But if it is locked to the raid ID, you can't really do that.
Some guilds use DK army for the 80, 60, 40, 20%, like when they add spawn.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, extremely safe for the guild to do that. But if you do
With
so,
no glyph, yeah.
bad for
yeah,
your
with no
parts,
glyph
though.
indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so if you get that assignment by your raid leader, make sure you get the 40% one, because that's where you are most likely to send the lust, and you get your 3 minutes back up.
I should bring that up to my raid leader. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So then I can Howling Blast ads, no problem.
I mean, ideally, you don't have to do that at all. And then you just army pre-pull and get the full damage from your army. But yeah, maybe your raid needs it, depending on how you're doing it.
I don't know. I was army and it would last anyways on that one.
I think we're only using single target stuns and CC pretty much. If you're using a lot of shamans, they can all bind elemental and things like that. It's pretty simple, I think.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Lishi before we go on to HoF here?
There's really not too much. You just want to have all your cities ready for the last burst phase pretty much.
Yeah.
And don't send anything into hide, like mentioned before.
Right.
I think it's a quite straightforward boss once you've seen it a couple times.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Any initial thoughts on Sha?
Shaw's a nice fun one.
Is it your favorite boss?
No, not my favorite.
Reduced phase 2 time. Holy crap, dude.
It's so long, man.
Yeah,
so long.
It's a long fight.
Yeah.
And phase 1,
I'm not
if you
even
don't
mad
get
about it being
sent-
14 minutes. Go ahead, sorry.
14? Okay.
Oh, I don't know. That's roughly what I've been seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, not everybody's progress and does it in 10 minutes.
I was also surprised, okay. I didn't expect that kill time at all.
We had 15 on our first kill.
Oh, yeah?
15 minutes, yep.
But
I don't even
I
know
think
what mine is.
Sha, like first phase is kind of boring. It's cool if you get sent to the platforms because you have things to do.
Yeah.
But if you get like quote unquote unlucky and just stay on boss, it's a bit boring.
Or if your group's doing the strat where if you get picked to go to a platform, you just AFK while the rest of the people are killing Sha. The transition.
Only 13 and a half.
But do they do that on the first platform already? I know that's strat, but you would do it when the boss is like barely pushed.
So in our second split, because we were having issues with gearing, we did do that. And I got picked, I think, on almost every poll to go to the first platform. So I just sat there for like 10 minutes. It was great.
Nice. Good content.
It's
Oh,
great
man.
content. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Might as well go make myself a coffee or go get a snack at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, if you're not getting the 60% buff you get from coming back from the platform, you're just kind of screwed as far as damage output's concerned, especially for Unholy, because you can carry that to the next phase with Fester Blight, which is pretty huge.
What's even worse is multiple classes are not getting their cooldowns reset by going to the platform in the first place.
Oh,
Oh, really?
DK is. So that's nice,
Feral
'cause we
Druid
army twice.
and Monk isn't.
Wow.
Rogue is all of my cooldowns reset.
Yeah,
It's really tragic.
that's pretty lame. Great boss. Great boss. for
Great
logs.
boss, great
Yeah.
boss.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna get removed from logs this
I'm
entire fight.
pretty sure too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be probably removed from
It-
ASB.
At minimum, they would remove phase 1, so you only get the last phase, but then you still have the ads to think about.
Yeah, the ads.
Yeah.
And also the classes that can snapshot that buff into their dots going into that phase. You got to consider that too. It's just a
Yeah.
mess. But for DK, I think the
It's a
move
cool
is
fight
Fester
concept,
Flight
though.
for sure. Yeah, it's a cool concept. It just some of it's not working.
Yeah.
As Squirrely pointed out, not working for some classes, which is that. I mean, I didn't even know that. That sucks.
Yeah, well, I main Rogue, right? But I'm trying to branch out and not be a one class Andy this expansion. So finding out in my GDKP is that they didn't reset made me incredibly depressed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. Well, they reset for DK.
Yeah, Shaman,
we got
Shaman
our-
also, no problem.
I believe the Suin, your little tiger, is probably because that talent, like it's a talent, right? And it's not a base cooldown.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah,
Okay.
Ever- running a Rushing Jade Wind because of that.
And like if you truly want to parse, Rushing Jadewind might be better.
Certainly for phase 2, 100%. Yeah, because you're just Stormwrath and firing the ads and then spamming Rushing Jade Wind off cooldown,
Yeah.
which actually makes them an amazing class specifically for Shaw.
Yeah, that's why we had a monk in our.
Yeah, dude,
our
they
shelter.
cranked on that fight. It's crazy.
Yeah.
His entire purpose was killing ads.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ad
Everybody
damage is
else
going to be
basically
huge.
did nothing to them. It
Oh,
was all
really?
the monk.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. We barely did any damage into the ads. Only very little, like cleaving off the boss, basically, or funneling into boss for the ads.
Like even towards.
Yeah, my monk.
Yeah, I never
is
targeted them.
Yeah, my monk is a total poverty character. And I mean total poverty character. I have a 509 strength sword because I just can't get weapons.
Oh man.
I did 160k on that fight with very bad gear.
That's crazy. That's insane. How much ad damage did you do?
Yeah.
160k.
I don't remember how much it broke down to. I remember the main Rushing Jade Wind was 27 million.
Holy
And
cow.
then the splintered ones I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's this other cringe thing happening right now that if you get picked on the last platform, you just gotta sit there.
Yeah, you wait for the boss to get pushed.
So
Just doesn't make sense to take damage there.
yeah.
Yeah. But hey, you'll probably phase transition with the 60% buff, so that's kind of cool.
I don't think I did though.
No, I think you need to clear the platform for that.
Yeah, I think you have to hit the teleporter, I thought.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind. I'm wrong. You're right.
It'd be cool if I did. I'd have felt less bad about it. But
Yeah. Depending on how they balance that fight, I guess my only notes are obviously for Rogue, you should just literally pop cooldowns off cooldown because the chance that you get picked for a platform is fairly high. So the best rule of thumb is just to literally send cooldowns and hope for good RNG on that. Just make sure to re-snapshot dots as your 60% damage buff is fading, because that's a really good snapshot, of course. Same thing can go for any sort of dot class. With that being said, especially feral, holy crap. If you get that buff as a feral, you're going to crank. So make sure you re-snapshot all of your dots.
Yeah, since you said CDs always send them, I would at least say wait for the targeting to go out for the platforms. So if it's about to come out and decide who goes to platform and who not, you basically decide, do you send cooldowns before or after? If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah,
rule
yeah.
of thumb. Yeah.
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 Basically, just don't lose uptime while flying to the platform. Pretty simple timer does the trick there. So you know when the, I think, crackling or whatever it is goes out.
Ominous crackle, that one.
Yeah,
Crackle,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't send CDs, get picked, and then you just deal no damage for having your CDs running.
You just watch your CDs tick down and do nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I think for some classes, it might be good to hold their CDs when you're about to face the boss. I know they reset, but the reset takes a couple seconds, so you can use your CDs when you get ported down, and they're gonna reset 2 seconds later. So you have like double uptime in phase 2 if you are really pushing for phase 2 damage. I don't know how known that is, but the CD reset is slightly delayed after porting down.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You have like 2 seconds to use your CDs, and they're still gonna get reset in phase 2 at the start of phase 2.
Interesting.
Abusing that is also extremely good for like movement abilities. You can use Steps Advance. The monks can do the flying serpent kick or whatever it's called. Warriors can double leap. It's extremely good for like getting into range with the boss.
Just hit your
Yeah.
movement speed and ability as soon as you go down, basically.
Yep.
Yep.
Basically, I'm getting ported down. I press Ascendance Fire Elemental, and it gets reset, and I have double uptime on both of them on the burst.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Or as a DK, you could summon Gargoyle when you get down, and it's gonna get reset, and then you have it again for like double uptime on Lust or whatever,
Oh, really?
depending
That's
on
actually
how your
big.
stuff lines up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's good effectiveness for that on Rogue outside of maybe popping Shadow Blades, but I mean, whether or not you're even going to get uptime with that between the phase transition and everything is kind of hard to say because the reality is it only lasts 12 seconds until you get 4 set. But after 4 set, 100% worth.
I mean, 12 seconds, you get ported down, you use it. It will take you at least like 3-4 seconds to connect to the boss, and that's basically your uptime then. So it's definitely not bad.
Letsky, is the
But how
boss
much value
even
you
in range to be able to pop Gargoyle as soon as you go down? Or no?
It's not right. So
It's
you can't abuse that really.
That's what I thought.
I don't know if
But
you
you can
can
use
get
it on
in
a Holy
range.
Frenzy.
Yeah, that for sure, yeah. But I don't know how close you can get to the boss before it resets. That's maybe something for someone to test in a split, because you have some time before the
Yeah.
reset happens.
Could you do it quick enough to boot over to hit your Gargoyle before it resets?
I don't know how
Roar
close you have to be.
boots and
Because that would be worth
like maybe if you
saving
roar
your boots
Nitro
for.
boots.
Yeah.
Like I would say it's about 2
Boys-
seconds you have as a time
Boys,
window.
do I have the answer for you? Unconscious dig rat, you're welcome.
Don't even go there.
Oh my
Please, no.
gosh. I don't want to farm dig rats again. Oh
No.
dude.
Are they not disabled in raids now?
Yeah,
Mob?
Cyrene fixed it for
Right,
us.
yeah.
Oh, they did fix those?
What the hero?
Cyrene is the goat.
So dig rats unfortunately not the move anymore. Can't even use them.
Yeah, I don't think you can use them in raid.
I have a muddied history with Zyrene. He's a rogue. I don't love him anymore.
But DK or Unholy specific on this boss. You play Festblight. You play Festblight from the pool. Even if you don't get like even if you don't get sent to the platform, it's probably better to play Festblight anyways.
Think so?
And that's I think so because there's a chance that you will get sent to the platform, right?
Oh, and then you still
And
have
at that
your
time,
diseases ticking on the boss, plus you're on the platform, right?
Mhm.
Yep, exactly.
It's a great
So
point.
it's so good.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And if you get sent to the platform, you kill the dude on the platform, but your trinket is kind of offset. You can just wait there before you pick up the buff.
But
Wait
doesn't
for your trinket to...
the platform get reset though at some point and then you would just
Yeah,
be cucked and maybe
maybe.
pulled in again. I feel like we've had that happen.
It's on the timer for sure, yeah. You can't just stay there forever. But I
Like-
don't know
Yeah.
how much time you have. I'm not sure.
I waited at least 15 seconds today, and that was fine.
Oh well. Good to know.
Probably at least until the next platform starts, in case that one gets picked again and gets reset.
Oh
So I
yeah.
guess it's again just a watch the cracker timer kind of thing.
So if you had bad RNG in that platform that you were on got picked again, then you'd be screwed.
You might be in for another round of dancing, yeah.
Yep. That would suck.
I've been incredibly greedy, or not greedy, I would say, but incredibly dumb. Now that I think about it, your cooldowns reset as you get to that platform, right?
No.
No.
I don't think
No.
you get
Not for the
any
small ones,
resets. No.
Is it when you leave?
Neither. The only reset
No.
that happens is if you phase into phase 2, the one we are seeing right now. Where
No,
you get
I was
ported
getting
in with
cooldown
separate room.
resets. Am I stupid? I was getting cooldown resets when I would go to the side platforms.
Really?
It was not.
No. I'm pretty sure there's no resets outside of the phasing.
Guys,
Reported.
when we were doing ToES prog, I was on 2 hours of sleep. I think I was gaslighting myself into believing that my cooldowns reset on the side platforms.
Hey,
Uh,
I mean, it'd be like that when you're on that much sleep.
Yeah. On pull 50 of Shah.
Oh man. Yeah. Splits on Shaw are not very fun. I'll say that.
I'm gonna have mine tomorrow. I'm excited. I've only watched the splits
We didn't even-
today. That played already today. They looked alright, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the other two are also gonna be good tomorrow.
I could just hear the excitement in your voice.
Yeah. At least I'm
we
playing
didn't even
one
try
heroic
heroic
character.
in 2DKP.
You know, I don't know if I've just been incredibly blessed with like the hunters in my guild. But we didn't do any PTR on Shaw, and we killed it in 9 attempts.
That's pretty good, yeah.
It's pretty good, yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. I just honestly think that fight's incredibly boring. So long as your hunters don't suck, or whoever's like orb tossing.
Yeah.
So long as they don't suck, I feel like that fight's a joke.
Yeah. The orb tossing is the only thing that can really throw you off in the last phase, I think. If you don't really know what's happening. I also mid-race was a bit blindsided and threw it to the wrong person, which if it happens too often, you will kill people. But most of the time, I think it's probably gonna be alright. If you like watch out.
Yeah. I would say another thing to note for Unholy is if you are doing Fester Blight and you have a 60% snapshot rolling into the second phase, you just got to be careful if you're going to use Rolling Blood. You just got to make sure you're closest to Shaw of Fear so you don't reset that snapshot. Otherwise, that's a perfectly good snapshot kissed goodbye, and that would feel bad.
Yeah.
Because Rolling Blood's proximity based, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but his hitbox is a little weird with how it works with the ads when you're trying to.
Oh yeah,
split
the
dots.
hitbox is
Yeah,
tiny.
Hitbox is really weird. Yeah, not very fun to play around in my opinion, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the same for Shaman, unfortunately. If the ads are not like right under the boss,
Yeah.
your spreads are probably not hitting.
So you could make an argument for just running Plague Leech instead, so you don't even have to worry about messing up your snapshot with Rolling Blood. Miss out on
Yeah, but it's
some.
about the potential. It's about the potential, right?
Yeah. Miss out a little bit on some ad damage, but you keep that Giga snapshot for the rest of the fight and you're golden.
Yeah, I would say the early parts of phase 2 for the ads, if they're dying very quickly, depending on like what your raid comp is and how fast they're killing them, probably never fan. But if you get that 5 stack later on in phase 2, and they're all there, hitting a single fan to throw up like deadly poison as an assassination rogue, probably a pretty good DPS gain, as well as sending a Crimson Tempest as a subtlety rogue. Both would be good if you play combat on that fight. which again I don't think you should. But if you do play combat, go crazy with.
Are there any fights you should play combat as?
They got buffed, but they're still the worst out of the 3 specs. It's close now, but it's still not like.
Yeah, I was wondering how
Comparative,
big
I don't know.
the buff was. I didn't think it was that massive for combat.
Yeah, in full BIS, it's assassinations at 212k. This is just like random fight timers. I think this is the 3-minute marker. But in full BIS, it's 212k versus subtleties 209k, and then combat's 207. But if they keep them balanced as they are now, in Throne of Thunder, combat's going to be absolutely batshit bonkers.
Oh, really?
That's gonna suck for my guildies. I know they hate combat.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to remove the background noise before I unmuted. Yeah, combat's going to be very, very insane. They were barely behind the pack with the current buffs, that subtlety and assassinate. Now they're going to be way ahead. They're going to be doing like 270k, I think, in full BIS in Throne of Thunder. And there's a ton of cleave fights in Throne of Thunder on top of that, so they're like already really good utility. They'll probably rebalance. I don't see at this point, with like set bonuses being the way that they are, and like how crazy trinkets like Roro and a bunch of other stuff are later on, that they don't end up just actively balancing every single raid tier at this point. Because if they just leave buffs the way they are, some classes are just going to be absolutely insane when their tier bonus allows for it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, people are memeing on Boomkin, for example, but I'm pretty sure with the current buffs in Throne of Thunder, Boomkin is also gonna pop off, at least from what I heard.
Yeah, they're going to be absolutely insane.
I'm pretty sure Blizzard has to address all these class changes again. Maybe on release of Throne of Thunder, maybe a couple weeks in. I'm not sure how crazy the scaling is gonna be.
I imagine it would be before, but who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't be shocked if they do some on PTR again.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about class balancing, but honestly, I kind of enjoy it. It's keeping the game. Well, I don't know if your guys' classes are getting balanced as much as mine. I honestly don't pay attention to Wowhead news much unless it affects me.
Fair enough.
But you know, with the fact that like rogues have been getting like buffed and nerfed so often, it's really kind of so it's been a lot of fun. I get to number crunch a lot. Oh, I said I number crunch a lot, so it's been a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of theory crafting when your stuff gets changed.
Absolutely.
I love the Frosty K buffs. If we didn't get buffed, we'd be kind of in a okay spot, but not great, and everyone would be playing Unholy, and it would not be fun for me.
I'd be okay with that. I could live with that.
You'd be okay with it.
That's insane, Combs. Speaking of Frost, though, Frost is probably better than Unholy on this fight.
Oh yeah, on this fight.
On Shaw, you think?
If you don't get insane 6% Festive Blight buff.
Yeah, Frost is insane on this fight.
Yeah, probably great for add damage, I would imagine.
Yeah, just perma-cleaving the entire last phase.
I mean, assuming that you're getting him close enough for the hitbox for Howling Blast, right?
Well, if your hunters are actually doing anything smart, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a mouse over macro I'm using on the ad, so
okay.
Guaranteeing at least.
You can mouse over Howling Blast. That's smart.
Yeah.
What? Really? Can you? Insane.
Yeah.
Noted.
Noted, yeah.
Stolen tech.
Hey, that's what I mean. That's what this is for, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Sweet. Anyone have anything else they want to add on Shaw?
Yeah, remove this boss from ASP entirely. I'm tired of getting huddled 6 times in a row. This fight is stupid, and that debuff lasts way too long.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we would agree with you on that.
10 seconds, bro? Like, who designed that, man?
Just get free faster. I don't know what to say.
Just don't get picked.
Yeah.
Just don't get picked.
Problem solved.
So annoying.
Have a newer Geo ID so you don't get picked. Easy fix.
Just transfer servers and transfer back casually. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, is
Before
it
every raid tier.
Is it GUID based?
That's true.
Yeah.
It seems like
I'm not
everything
sure if
is
this one is.
nowadays.
Interesting.
It's just a meme at this point. I'm not sure if this one is basing it on of GUID, but at least Ember Shaper and some stuff definitely prefers all the characters.
Yeah. Cool.
Speaking of the huddle, though, I think this is probably a UI problem for some people, but or macro problem. For sure, we had that like in our splits at least. A good tip is if you get a list from Foji or Murphin or whoever makes the WeakORs for your guild, just target the player that's next in line for you. You're AFK anyways, you can't press any abilities. So just target him and spam your action bar.
On what?
Extra action bar. On the huddle, if you get the...
On the huddle.
It's the huddle, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I've heard some guilds just tank the huddle. They don't throw the board to anyone. They just let the hunters bounce around, and you just tank the huddle.
Yeah, that's what we
Yep.
did. So people just sat through the huddle if you got it, unfortunately, unless you were a healer or you were a hunter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that how most guilds are doing it?
That's
Oh,
how we
I'm
did
not
it.
sure.
So.
We are freeing everyone, and only in the late phases
Gotcha.
we would only free healers. But we never got to that part in our race kill, at least. The boss fell over a lot faster.
Must be nice.
Yeah, but in splits, you're definitely gonna reach that point until you get more gear.
Jeb, your Shah kill on Progress was insane. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Like, it was honestly so insane.
It was way, way faster than we thought it would be. But we also did very little damage into ads as a raid.
Yeah,
Since
I
we let the
noticed.
monk handle it mostly, everyone could just
Yeah.
focus fully on boss.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was definitely the right call, at least, in the race to do it that way.
Huh. Maybe we need some monks in our splits then.
Yeah.
I think it definitely
It's not
helps. Yeah.
bad to have at least one. Yeah.
Something that I think would be good information to talk about for anyone that's listening is where do you guys think you're sending your bonus rolls for your classes?
Definitely on this boss.
Yeah, definitely on Shaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
A chance.
I was gonna say I don't know about.
Shenka.
Yeah, I don't know about the other classes, but I know for Rogue at this point, you basically just only send bonus rolls into first, third, and fourth boss in ToES, and that's it.
Yeah, we do the basically 1, 2, and 4. We skip. Well, no, skip Sulong. So yeah, 1, 3, 4. Yeah. Sulong just has one
Sulong
ring.
sucks, man.
Just they have a ring and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, Shenka is just really massive for Unholy, so there's really no reason not to send a bonus roll on Shaw if you can.
And it also
I'm
gives you
0 for 13 right now on bonus rolls, man. I'm losing my mind.
That's rough.
I'm not quite that bad, but I'm in a similar spot. Probably like 2 out of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not doing very well either. I did get an item on 2 rolls, but they were an item I already had. So there's that.
Oh, I've never had that, but I've got non-bis items, which is kind of unfortunate.
Last item I got was Rolling Claw of Shatter while spec'd into Subtlety on my specialization on like the last boss, and I haven't seen anything since. So I'm 0 for 13, and the last piece of bonus loot that I got wasn't even for my spec.
Man.
That's insane.
Nice. My race Shaw actually
bad.
got super lucky. I hit bonus roll on my weapon on Empress right before the race on the last raid. And I'm like 1 item off bis basically now on that character.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I basically hit every single item. besides the protector items. The higher item level ones. Those are still missing.
How much of that was from bonus rolls?
At least 4 items.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
I wish.
Just gotta get lucky.
My
What can I
best
say?
bonus roll luck was the first night. Yeah, and that's all MSV loot, so it doesn't even matter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got very lucky with 502 daggers, and I have not been lucky since. So I feel like I'm paying for my early game wins now.
Yep.
It's going to be really cool getting gapped by everybody that has 509s with shot touched gems.
Oof.
I think I'm finally out of the PvP hell, so I don't have to use those weapons anymore.
Oh, you were still using PvP weapons.
Oh yeah.
That's
Rough.
incredibly tragic.
Oh,
It's very tragic.
Yeah.
The Newman Rogue has till this day not just he only have one 502 dagger. That's it.
Really?
4 characters, by the way.
What?
Holy
It's so tragic.
crap, dude. That's so messed up. Did he get a claw?
Yeah, I believe so. But like
Oh,
in
dude, just come to play combat at this point. Holy shit.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's insane. I could not imagine. I mean, now that the shot touch gems are out, like you can't do this on assassination, but if you're playing subtlety, you can just throw claw in your offhand, and that's totally fine. Like that's a DPS increase.
It's just a little stats, right, from the gem.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
a DPS
500.
increase without the gem, but you know the 500 agi is pretty nuts and hard to pass up.
Even if
Yeah,
you get
for
the
sure.
normal version of this, it's still an upgrade over 502. So
At least for me, these 500 agility are like nearly 3000 DPS. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty good
Yeah,
upgrade.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's something like 2500 for Rogue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the
it's
gems are
just a
huge.
lot for DK. It's
That's a lot of strength.
like 4000 DPS for DK. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the monk is going to be running that 509 strength sword and then a 483 claw of Shexier with that gem in it. That's going to be, yeah. I had to transmog all my gear so nobody could see the shame that is the weapon setup that I currently have.
Oh my gosh.
ouch.
Rough. All right. Anyone else have anything before we call it here? Wrap this call up. Fonzus, are you alive? Did you fall asleep?
Several times.
Several times.
He sounds tired.
He's an old man now, dude.
For real.
I am, for real.
Sweet. Well, I appreciate all of you guys taking some time out of your day just to theory craft and talk parsing and bosses. This was a lot of fun. So thanks to everyone who came
Yeah.
out.
Always a
always
Yeah,
good
pleasure.
to have you
sorry I'm currently on the clock. You guys will have to do this on a Saturday sometime so you get my full undivided attention. I promise I don't sound better with a nicer mic.
Noted.
We'll see about Throne of Thunder here. Stay tuned.
Can I add like one very small thing for this last boss as DKs?
Sure, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's 2 techs you can do depending on how bad you are at dancing. The first tech is Lichborn, where you can like if you get feared on the platform, you can cancel it.
Yep.
Oh, really?
And also, if you're about to die, either like if you're getting feared, you're probably about to die. So your death coils also heal you. But if you don't want to play that and you want to play Purgatory instead, that's perfectly fine. You can also use Desecrated Ground to remove fear. You're not mass gripping anything anyway, so yeah.
Just on
It's
the
just
small
super
platforms,
free.
right? Nothing you can do about huddle.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. I don't think so. You can't pre-AMS it.
The Breath
I
of Fear,
believe.
you can. You can.
Oh,
Breath of
what,
Fear you
really?
can. Not,
Yes.
Not a.
Oh yeah,
not
Breath
huddle.
of Fear, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I
No.
my guilty swears you can, but I don't think so.
Yeah. If
I
it
think
didn't
he's
say
just
it
getting
already,
lucky.
we can AMS Breath of Fear, and so you can stay behind the boss, not have to run to the front.
Yeah, I also didn't mention that. For Breath of Fear, you can cloak. I don't. I've been too afraid to cheat death, but I know that you can live the initial. I just don't know if you'll live the damage that you take while feared. And obviously, like, you know, you're then stuck in fear, so like that's not very good for uptime.
Yeah.
In terms of huddle, I have not checked if cloak can be used on huddle, but that definitely is making me think that I need to try that.
I don't think you can. I've seen something about that on
I
Discord.
don't think you can either.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way around it, unfortunately, other than tossing a ball to you. Which just stinks.
Yep.
Yeah, quite. Just don't get it.
Cool. Anything else for wrap it up? Going once, going twice. Nope. Cool. All right. Thanks again, y'all. I won't hold anyone else up from the rest of their day. I know we've gone a little longer maybe than we expected, but I think it was a great conversation. So thank you all for all coming out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a
Sure,
lot of fun
thanks.
talking with you
Agreed.
guys.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again
great.
for Throne of Thunder.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looking forward.
And yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to get your like autograph on something, bro. I've got like multiple enhanced shamans that will not shut the fuck up about you in my guild.
Great. Love to hear that.
Dude, they are your biggest glazers, man. It's crazy.
Usually it's Anfa that's getting glazed. Love to share some of them.
Nah, dude, they love you. Yeah, no, they absolutely love you.
He's got a
Love
fan
to hear
club.
that. To the Shaman Discord fan club.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll call it there.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll end the call here, and I guess if you guys want to upload this on your YouTube channel, you're more than welcome to. I don't know if anyone has a full copy of it. I think I had some technical issues at the beginning, so I missed some comms on the first boss. If someone has the full thing, but
I should have full comms, but yeah.
sweet. If you want to share that, we can all have a copy of it for our own stuff, and that'd be sweet.
No problem.
All right then. Have a great day, guys.
All right. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, see you, boys.